Okay, so welcome to the natural selection tutorial. That's our next lab. And it's a pretty good one, it's a pretty easy one. You've got a lot of time for this one, so please do take your time and let the students really discover the principles here. So for this lab, we're using scrapbook paper, and there's a whole bunch of it in the prep room of different patterns and colors. And then we're using these little boxes that have paper dots in them of different colors. Now they've got a foam thing on the top. This keeps them from mixing when you close the lid, so please tell the students to be careful. Make sure it's totally closed down and sealed before they flip it, or the colors will go all over the place. And lab tech, you might want to make sure that the colors are full. If you need to punch more paper, go get colored paper from the office, and you're going to have to hole punch, which kind of stinks, but keep these full. Alright, so natural selection, our goal with this activity is to help students understand what natural selection is. Now they've just done Hardy-Weinberg, so they know that natural selection is one of the mechanisms by which allelic frequencies can change. So we're going to focus in on natural selection. So I would hope that you would sort of put it in perspective for them with their last lab. So you're going to say, alright, so you just did Hardy-Weinberg. What do we know about evolution? What is evolution? And at least in my class, we define it as the change in allele frequencies over time. That's evolution. So we saw that with Hardy-Weinberg, that populations, their allelic frequencies change. And one of the ways, and you might actually have them listed, so okay, what are the ways that allelic frequencies change? And we learned them in the Hardy-Weinberg. So there was gene flow, genetic drift, mutations, natural selection. What am I missing? Gene flow, genetic drift, mutations, natural selection, and something else. Goodness. Okay. Oh, non-random mating. Alright, so you're going to kind of discuss, okay, so those are things that can cause allelic frequencies to change and for populations to evolve over time. So today's lab, we're going to focus on this one. Alright, and learn a little bit more about how the process of natural selection takes place. So once you've had that brief introduction, then you're going to tell students to run on their student guide. They're going to run part 1, 2, and 3. So there's some instructions on there, each group. And it actually might be nice if you make them work in partners and you have 2 groups per table so that they can communicate with each other too about what they see. And so I've chosen these 2 scrapbook pieces of paper just to illustrate the difference. Okay, so they're going to grab their scrapbook papers, they're going to go to their table. Each group should have one of these. And so lab tech, just make sure we have at least 1 per table. It would be nice if we had 2 per table. And I have a bunch of them over in a prep room, so if you don't have enough, let me know. So they're going to get a box of these. And what they're going to do is they're going to pretend that this is an environment. Okay. And these are Mus papercus, okay? So these are little mice. And we are Hawkus humicus, which are human hawks that are going to prey upon our little mice. And so I kind of try to make it fun when we actually do the activity. I encourage students to caw, caw, make hawk sounds and screaming mouse sounds and just make it sort of fun. Alright, so they're going to take their scrapbook paper, they're going to put it on their table, and then they're going to grab 10 of each color, and now the colors are not exactly the same. We tried to match them, but paper changes over time. And so they're not exactly the same between groups, between these boxes, but they're close. So they're going to take 10 of each color, and they're going to place it on their environment, and they're going to mix it all around. So I'm going to do that right now, and then I'll show you what it looks like.